Hey guys, welcome to another video from Historic Militaria. Today we are looking at a Czech VZ53/80 helmet, which is the standard Model 53 helmet that they used since 1953, but modernized in the early 80s for just some quality of life improvements for the soldier, mostly a new liner and just minor stuff like that. As you can see, this one's got the standard web netting that actually you could put your camouflage and whatnot on. Just attaches like a standard Swiss one. Actually just kind of clips on to the bottom here. And you've got this here, which I believe is to tighten it up. This one is sort of tangled, and I don't really want to untangle it because this is the way it came. As you can see, this one is in excellent condition, probably unissued, actually definitely unissued. Doesn't look like it ever saw any service other than sitting around in a warehouse for a number of years. This particular model of helmet was actually used by the Czech forces up until around 2004, when it was supposedly completely phased out in favor of Kevlar helmets. So a lot were surplused. I do believe that the Afghan National Police were using it as the Afghan model 5380. In terms of the Taliban taking over the country since then, I'm not sure the fate of these. I would imagine they're still in use, but who knows. But they certainly do show up in a lot of combat zones around the world still, and I expect that there's going to be a lot of life left in these, especially in the Middle East and probably Africa. The major differences between this and a typical Model 53 is actually going to be, like I said, fairly minor, and it's going to be your chin strap. They went to a nylon sort of wide-shaped chin strap here, and you've got a little bit of a chin cushion, and like I said, a nylon instead of a leather webbing here. So a little bit easier to manufacture and probably hold up in a tropical environment a little bit better. You've got your same kind of 8-tongued liner in here, and your drawstring at the top. The difference with this one that I did notice is there is no Czech marking anywhere in it. Usually you'd see the crossed swords and the year of manufacture, but I was unable to find one in this one, and I really did look pretty hard. So what that sort of brings up is if somebody ripped the liner out of this and sold it as a Soviet SSH-39 helmet, for a lot of sort of uninformed people, it might trigger them to actually think that's what it was, but it is not. Soviet SSH-39 is going to have a different kind of paint scheme. You're not going to see this color green on it. It's going to be a much more almost just trying to think. It's a very vivid green, and only used on World War II Soviet helmets. Do a little bit of research on that if you're contemplating purchasing one of these. So just be careful, because this does have the rivets in a very similar position to the SSH-39. As you can see, they're high up, whereas the SSH-40 has the low rivets down here. The SSH-39 had them up here. This helmet's very similar, same profile. It was modeled on the SSH-39 and 40, and unscrupulous people do pass these off as Soviet when they are unmarked. So just be on the lookout for that. But just some very simple, some simple research can save you a lot of grief. The other thing is, a Soviet helmet would have a liner that is held in along the rim by sort of a zinc alloy, I believe, system, and not like this. It would not look anything like what the Czechs did. The Czechs were a little bit higher quality. Probably can't see in there, but it's held on just much nicer because the Soviets were making these in the 1930s and were kind of in a hurry. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed taking a look at just an unusual variant of a Czech helmet. Like I said, these are still readily available on the surplus market, and it's something you might want to consider if you are looking for any interesting Cold War helmets, or you're on a budget for collecting, or you just enjoy Warsaw Pact military gear. Thanks for watching, and we'll be doing more. Like and subscribe.